Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I'm trying to do well. So, it's it's uh it's the weekend, and I didn't want to record. Did not want to record at all, but I have to do sometimes what I have to do for myself. So I may upload this video. I may not. I have been recording and deleting. I just want you to know. Anyway, today I left out early this morning. Oh my goodness, I left out early this morning to go to a town I never been to get to a store, basically Staples. So I ended up finding Staples, and it was not too bad getting there, but I'm not used to long stretches of what I consider country roads. I'm not used to that. So I got a little nervous the entire time when I was going because I'm like, what if the deer jump out? And I think that is one of my situations that I'm working on now, but I did get out the house. I went into a Dollar Tree thinking I was gonna find some new pennies or whatever. So I didn't find any, but I did end up with a bottle of body wash that I actually like. I ended up with applesauce that I can't find anywhere, so I ended up getting my applesauce. I purchased some more garlic seasoning. If I'm not mistaken, I got a bottle I never had before. I'm not sure if I took it or not, but I ended up getting it. But I ended up with some notebooks from Staples, and I've been crafting on my bed all day. You might be able to see some of my mess, and I don't consider this mess. I kid you not. This is the most valuable thing in the world to me in my entire life. But I'm having a little situation, and I don't consider it a situation, and I'm not complaining. That's the one thing I'm not going to do. I'm going to focus on what I have, and that's what I'm going to try to take over everything else. But what messes with my anxiety, I can't do anything about that. But over the course of the weeks or whatever, I have been wanting to move my bed into my craft room, and in my craft room into here, since I would have more space, and I would feel a little bit more comfortable. But I can't do that. So a few weeks ago, I had to go knock on someone's door because the person to the next of me had their music so loud they couldn't hear when I went to knock on the door. I was told to document, call the police, everything if the situation stays the same, because it is a situation that is completely understood. So it's not as if they don't know. I don't want to do that. I truly don't want to do that. So today I was sitting here on my bed and I was crafting my books, but I was listening to what I consider is relaxing music because it relaxes my nervous system. So there are times that the TV's not on. I'm just listening to what you have noticed in some of my videos. But I can't do that when other people are in the vicinity of my door. I have to turn my TV up. But when you're laying in your bed or sitting on your bed and your floor is vibrating, and then you sleep and you thinking that the building is crumbling, that's an issue. So I ended up leaving out of my apartment, and the person that was walking down the hall, when they greeted me, they could see that I was about to break down. So I asked for a phone number to the super or whatever. They were giving it to me, but then I said, no, if that's the personal number, I don't want it, because that person would have to give. I wanted the business line. So turns out you can't call the super on Saturday. So I said, I asked, in kindness, would this be a police issue right now since the building is off? And like that. So I felt bad because I don't want to do that, but I will if I have no choice. So I just came back in here and I just kept saying to myself, I don't want to cook because I have enough leftovers to cook. So I needed something to replace what was going on in my mind. And then at the same token, I said to myself, I don't want to be that person, but at least I do have to stand up for myself. And one of the reasons why I feel bad is because majority of what's around me is barely touching 40. So you understand. A neighbor of mine stopped by. She just left a few minutes ago. I'm 56, so I usually round up and say I'm 60. I'm clearly under awareness that this person is over 60, but the appearance or whatever would make me think maybe a touch older. So I would never be able to, if I was going to boom, 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 that knowing that that person lived, you know, adjacent to me at some point. So that person was like, oh, I can't sleep and it did boom, 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 and I know me, I know too mucho, and I don't really understand everything, but I understood that. You understand? So it is hard. And I have to go. She was going that road. You don't have to go downstairs anymore. That's understood. That is knowledge, or that's already there. It's time to go way up the chain. So it is what it is. But the good thing is, I believe someone else, may have gotten the person to realize that she's about to call 911. So, being that the person is aware of it and displayed some very unsavory verbalage and everything out in the hallway when that senior citizen, went downstairs, I don't feel like I will knock on the door anymore. You understand the assignment. That's it. It's 911. We're going to your door, and then you're going to get your write up, and that's it. And then if you dare to say, why didn't I let you know? I would have let you know if you didn't already know. That's it. So, but I'm doing much better. Much better. Still having anxiety, inhaling, but I kid you not, my window has been open all day today. I just closed it and I just turned on the air conditioner. But the smoke has really affected my whatever this is right here, my inhaling and stuff. Yesterday I was in here struggling to breathe. I went outside about 3 days this month, so the smoke is. hmm But today was kind of clear, kind of clear. I think it was a little better. And I actually rode with my windows down. What? You talking about somebody enjoy it? I'm like, ooh, no, no, no. I need some of this air. Oh, it's beautiful. But I kid you not, I don't think I have ever seen as many trees. But I kid you not, I'm leaning towards the fact that just say I ended up in the woods, I most likely would find more benefits of living in the woods than I would have, say, last year sometime. So I don't think I would be. I'm kind of trying to work on, a little bit more of my anxiety and stuff like that. I have not seen one rodent here. Now I do know they're here because there's not in they're not here in here yet, but they will be if people don't stop doing what they're doing. Because, but baking soda is in every bag of mine. Baking soda is all over my rug right there, all over that rug in there, in every garbage can. And it's gonna be in every shopping list, every shopping trip I do. Baking soda's on the list, so it is what it is. But I am so freaking better off knowing that I'm not the only one dealing with what I'm dealing with. And it seems to be one bad apple, just one bad apple. So it is what it is. I went to someone's door today and knocked on the door to see this little visitor that just happens to love me. So I went to stop in, and she was trying to tell me something about the couch. So I ended up having something that I didn't need. So you know, I am like feeling a lot more home now. This is the third month, not even a whole full of 3 months I've been in here, but my I did a little bit of moving and shaking. You might have noticed a different video, but I moved the rug in the living room, in the kitchen, further into the kitchen, and I moved the table down. The table right now is covered in crafting supplies. That's where I sit and do my greeting cards. Now, right here, I have a 4 foot table where I moved it back to the edge of the kitchen wall, and I have my beading and stuff there. That's where I make my bracelets. But I cannot function because every day I wake up and I see my dining table like that, and I just get a little bit of unwellness. So today I ordered a 4 foot table, and the reason why I had no choice, because if I waited for my free sample to be a desk, I don't know the size that would have been available, and I only have options of choosing what they give me to choose from. So I had a 20 something dollar credit towards a future purchase, and I had the table was like 25. So I ended up getting the very same table, weight, size, just like a table you take outside to a pop-up shop. I ended up getting that in 4 foot so that I could put it exactly in front of the one that I have there already and make myself two stations, even, consistent, and everything right there. So what I have to do now is wait, because I'm really angry about one thing, but I'm not really angry. I need to. I'm trying to stay consistent with everything I'm doing. I'm making sure I'm getting the things that I need. But I was realizing something today. I'm in a lot of groups, for one. I love the groups I'm in because most of them are frugal groups, most of them are crafting groups, and things like that. And I got to realize over the last few months that everybody's needs are different. So I can't see someone who needs this and say, they have too much of that. No, that's not nice. So whatever someone's needs are, I'm doing the best I can to mind my business, and that's it. Because I sat down about 2 days ago and I said to someone that I think I'm just going to get rid of everything in my craft room and just lay down and watch TV all day. And then the raising of the voice was like, "You can't do that." And I'm like, because I never heard that person like raise up their voice. And I'm like, I know what you mean. And no, are you crazy? You know what you would do if you weren't crafting? I do know what I would go through, but I'm tired of having my anxiety. I'm tired of having the stuff that goes on in my head. I'm tired of it all. But what I do not ever get tired of is what I'm creating. Now I don't have no master plan. I don't have a special eye. I don't have any of that. But there are some things that I am creating that I cannot get over, and I actually love it. The good thing is now I'm not loving it enough to where I can't see it, leave the door. I understand it. There's a reason why I'm crafting. So today when I was at the store, I forgot to give the envelope to the cashier that I meant to give to the cashier, and she was so nice, so nice. And I was so, for one, I was dizzy and I was trying my best not to wobble and all that other stuff, but I was trying to get to my car with that box that was very heavy, and I didn't want anyone outside to see me unwell and say, is she okay? I didn't want that, because then that would increase my anxiety, and the delivery would make them feel like I needed 911. So I did notice that there is was that urgent care or something somewhere near, so I was okay with that. So, but I have to tell you something. My neighbor stopped at my door yesterday and brought some goodies. You might have seen me washing some oranges, some peppers. All of that came from the food pantry. I have some meat called meatloaf meat. I guess it has like a few meats in it. I defrosted it so I can cook it today because I found some pasta sauce that I purchased in my cabinet, and I have some pasta that I want to try from the pantry before I continue to collect pasta. Anyway, this bag was in there, and I was gonna give it to someone, but I kid you not, I'm sitting here and I'm having my crafting, and I'm like, I need a snack. But I didn't really need a snack. What I actually needed was a meal. But my stability and everything wasn't too well enough to stand at the stove. So I said, you know what? I'll just bust open the bag. Mm, those cauliflower chips are delicious, boys and girls. I don't know where you buy them at, but that is a purchase I would make on a regular. So I have no fibromyalgia issues. So yeah, there it goes. 1 gram of sugar. This is beautiful. Cauliflower. I never thought about that. But the crunch, matter of fact, I want to make sure I close it because I'm done for the night. Let me do this. I have my little snack thing right there. So I I had that and delicious, boys and girls. But I did do something that I should not have done, but I did it, and I knew I was gonna do it. My neighbor dropped off some Tootsie Rolls, some Starbursts, those type of things, and some Oreos. Now there is a long sleeve of Oreos. I don't believe I'm going to crack those. I believe that's going to go into a kindness bag to go out. I ate the little package with the 2 Oreos. I ate 2 of those, but I have no more. And the Tootsie Rolls and stuff, I dropped that in trash. I'm not eating that, and I'm not giving nobody's child candy. So don't ask me why I didn't give it away. That's just that. If I'm not gonna eat the candy, I'm not gonna give it away. Now the sleeve of Oreos, I do believe I'm gonna end up, sending that on. But that was that. I haven't heard a peep from Beverly, but I'm hoping she's okay because I mailed her 2 boxes yesterday. But yesterday, I kind of not. I think I'm lying. Yesterday and today, I felt a little bit. I'm not sure how I felt, but I posted 3 boxes, and I'm being very intentional when I say boxes because they were boxes, and each box had 12 or whatever stamps come in a full sleeve because I had no money on my in my checking account. I have no money in my checking account, 0.00. So I had to use the stamps that I have. But I'm kind of saying to myself, I mailed out 2 boxes, and the stamps were over $50. And I don't have an issue mailing anything to Beverly, so I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I'm feeling a certain type of way, not knowing how I'm going to replace the stamps when it comes down to me needing to get some things out that I have to get out with hopes to myself needing stamps because I had purchased an abundance of stamps, but when you're using a whole sleeve in one package, um, and then today I get a message, do you need this? Like, can you pick up some more? And I'm like, now I don't mind um, picking up the food and dispersing it. I cannot. There's things in there I just can't eat, and I do know that there are people that need it. So I go sometimes around the building, but I'm not the only one who does it. So you can't give all of that to everyone in the same building. You just can't do it. So I said I was going to get some more boxes and just but I don't have for me to get to some of the people that I do know. I'm at least an hour away, so it is what it is. So I started feeling a little bad, like maybe I can't do this that I want to do. Maybe I just need to internalize that and just accept it and just say no, thank you. Just pass it to someone else. But something said, let me reach out and just say, I'll take it. I know for me, I want the peanut butter, but I do know I'm freezing, so we're gonna turn this air off. I am so thankful that I have the option of turning on the air. But freak, whew, 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 turn that off. And you know what's so was so was whew, no. I have been I'm sorry. We gotta fix this. I have been sleeping with without the air on for days. I'm talking 84 degrees because I can't do I don't know what to do with that thing. I can't do that. But I have had a really nice weekend. Today is only Saturday, so I consider Friday and Saturday the weekend. But I've had a really nice weekend. It poured out there so bad, and I opened up the window, just enjoyed the rain and the fresh air. But I kid you not, there is something in here. I can't figure it out. But I did go on the floor and smell my rug, and my rug has like an odor to it. But I don't know what it could be since I don't wear shoes on the rug. You understand? And then I'm looking at the rug now. I did put baking soda and everything on it, but the windows have been closed for a few days. It was massively hot out there. But when I came in, I could smell like the vinegar from the food, and I could smell the lemon and the pepper. I don't want to have an abundance of different flavors scented into my fabrics and stuff like that. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just imagine someone smoking or something, you know. So when I came in and I smelt that abundance, I said, I can't do that. Now yesterday I opened up the window for I think 15 minutes in my craft room. Whatever it is I am having, I only smell in this room. I don't smell it in my craft room. But I opened up the craft room window yesterday for about 15 minutes. Yes, the day before yesterday, I opened up these two windows for about 10 minutes just to, get me some circulation. But I also noticed that I'm gonna have to resume opening the window for myself at night when it's time for me to go to sleep, because when I try to sleep with the air conditioner, my nose is stuffy. Not only that, I'm shivering in my sleep, and I can't get under this comforter. I can't do that. I sleep under two sheets, and then sometimes I have to take this sheet off. I can't have no cover at night, above this like the arm right here. But there's times that I might like put it here, but when I realize it, I have to take it off. My head, no cover. My feet, no cover. So it is what it is. But I am a weirdo, and that's okay. I'm okay being a weirdo. Like now, you can tell I don't need the air, but I don't want my leg in this camera. So, but for the most part, I realized that craft supplies are a need. There's no way around it. When I when I do my budget, I never budget for craft supplies. I make sure everything that I owe is paid. But craft supplies are definitely a need, because even when I try not to get a craft supply, at some point I have to get a craft supply. So one of the good things now is that I am in groups where we send kindness packages to one another. And I just got a beautiful kindness package. So I'm sitting here. I don't know if it's here, but I think it's here. It might be here. I mean, oh yeah, I'm sitting here with a a stack of beautiful paper that that I was given. So I used maybe about 7 sheets already, and I'm going to use some more. I think I'm going to use some more today. And then I had a brand new book, and then I had another brand new package of paper that I just don't really care for. Sometimes I don't have an eye for whatever it is I'm gonna do, so that paper I just can't use it for right now, especially if I'm going to print my own card. So I said, nope, not today. And then when I was at the Dollar Tree, I noticed something that this lady always sells at the Dollar Tree. Now I already knew where she got it from because I've seen it at the Dollar Tree many times. But it's these cards here, and I never looked at the back. There are 20 prayer cards. So now we already know we need to go to the register with blinders on so we don't see an impulse item. But when I spotted this, I knew one thing I wanted to do today was craft. That's it. So I said I can do something with those. Now I didn't know what they looked like on the inside. I never opened up the box before until I got home. I didn't even see the back. I didn't even know what they looked like. I just saw a prayer card. And at the time, I knew I was getting my books. So I came home. I was dealing with everything I was dealing with, and I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? Now, these books, I had no intention on having any use for them until maybe about September or October. Whatever I was going to do with these books, I had no use for them until about September or October. Now, I am going to turn my TV down just in case the music pops on. So I started doing this one here. Now, this is one of the cards. So actually what I did was, this is the front and then this is the back. So I am taking double-sided tape to put on the back, and then I'm going to put it on this book that I already covered up here. Now, I I don't do things with patterns, and for the life of me, I can't follow a pattern. I can't even use a ruler. You understand? So my eye is lopsided because I'm legally blind in one eye, so I have a hard time. I almost had anxiety because some of them look crooked. I kept trimming and trying, so I can't do what I can't do. But one thing I always remind myself is I'm doing the best I can, and it's handmade, and it does not need to be perfect. It just needs to be as best I can get it. So that's it. So I am sitting here now. I didn't do the inside. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with the inside. I do know I want a pocket on the inside, but that's about it. It's not my prayer book, so I don't know. But I'm doing I was watching someone's craft video. Now, I kid you not. I can't watch someone's craft video to make what they're making. I can't do that. I feel a certain way about that. So my feelings to that may be different from a whole lot of other people's, because they look for those videos and then they want to make it. That's perfectly fine. I watch the video for one, to support the person who's on the video, but 9 times out of 10 I don't get to watch the video because my hands are moving, so my eyes are. So I was listening to a video a while ago, and I noticed what kept me watching, which I really wasn't watching. I did glance up a little bit, was the fact that she was crafting with her daughter, and her daughter was laughing, her daughter was asking questions, her daughter was very interested, and I was just watching the bond between a mother and a daughter. I think, I'm not sure, but I think the daughter was at least 15, 16. So for her to be able to sit down with a 15, 16-year old and have that long of a craft session where she was interested enough to keep asking questions, and then when her mom was answering, she was doing. I said to myself, that is a beautiful connection. That's a beautiful connection. I don't care if it's cooking, if it's planting, if it's whatever. It is a real blessing when you have a mom and daughter connection. That's all I'm going to say. So I commented, a few times during her video and things I liked. And what I really liked was that her daughter was very interested in what her mom was doing. So I was happy about that. But thank you, Lord. I was about to say I just stuck that glue on there. But my book, I put a lot of you know strength up in the cover to do that. So, but I'm gonna show you all my books now. So if you want to leave at 28 minutes and 31 seconds today, it would be now to leave out the door. The exit is on the left. So I'm not finished any of my books. I just want you to know. But this is one of my books. Let me see if you can see. This is one of my books, and I did the back blank. I'm only going to decorate the front, but I on some of them I did find two matching sheets in the book, so I used it. Now I don't know, but let me check. Okay, this is one-sided paper. I don't like double-sided paper. I always feel like one side is wasted. So I don't know how long I had this book, but I'm so thankful that I got to use it today. So now this one is another one. Let me see if you can see. Yeah. So I actually don't really like this paper, but I said I'm gonna put it there, and I did, and I really like it. But the back of this book I did solid, and I'm glad I did, because I didn't realize at the time that I had two of the same sheets. So if I had used two of these sheets on this book, I wouldn't have been able to make this book. So it worked out. So I used the blue from here and the blue from here, and I made two books, and I like it. In the back, I had two plain sheets of red, so I used the red. I love these books, but I love journals. I love journals. This one says, "Seek the kingdom of God above all else, and live righteously, and He will give you everything you need." Oh my goodness! I woke up to this on my TV this morning. Wow! I never read a card. Now you do know that's a shame, right? This was on my screen when I woke up this morning. I didn't even read. Well, I haven't read any of them, to be honest. So okay, let me put that. I should be ashamed of myself. I like that. Oh, but I kid you not. I have a cloth. 1 minute. Just want to wipe my finger because I touched my face with it. My finger. I'm very funny about things, boys and girls. I have nothing on my face. I don't want you to think I was out doing anything, but nothing's on my face. This I love. Oh my goodness, I didn't even get a good look at it. Oh, I love this. I wish I had some more of this paper. And just to think, I could have had some more of this paper if I wasn't even thinking about it. So now I'm gonna have to go in my room, use my printer. Ooh, if I find another piece of paper I like. But let me see this one here. Oh my goodness. But I'm actually gonna open up the window. This one here is so nice. But you know why I notice it differently now? Because it's getting darker outside, which means the light is gonna get brighter in here. But I'm really liking that gold daggone it paper. Ooh, oh my goodness, my let me see if I can move that. Oh wow, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. I didn't even realize that my gem here moved down. So every one of these books, I'm gonna go over them, make sure I get the front where I need it, and then I'm going to work on the pocket, one pocket in each book, or maybe two, however I decide to do the pocket. But these are my first large journals, so I don't know how I'm gonna do that. And then I'm going to take the next steps and all that other stuff. Oh, I was about to say I don't even know how many journals I have, but I have 10 on my bed, and I just look down and see some more. So, and I have this one here, but I have 20 of those cards. So I'm going to use all 20 of the cards. And I'm going to tell you, I don't actually know what I'm going to do with these, but I can tell you what I want to do with them. I don't know how to do it yet. I want to, okay, I don't know why I put this glue here, because clearly I don't have enough tape on here yet. I want to do a pen holder on the book. I have one idea in my head, but the idea came after I did the front. And if the idea is going to work, it needs to be before I do the front. I just don't know how to do it yet. So that's the problem. And then I'm going to use my handmade pens to do that with. Now, the only thing is, I don't know if I'm going to the craft event I signed up for. I got the message from the man to check the calendar and let him know which events I want to attend. There's an event every Saturday, but I have one table in my vehicle, and I don't. You can the only thing you can have at the event is whatever you make with your hand. Nothing else is whatever. I don't know how to say it. I just have a fear, like maybe my stuff is not good enough, and I never had that feeling before. But I'm like, what if there's like big time pros there? Why am I even doing that to myself? Knowing that I just craft to craft. I don't have nothing, but now I have. I filled out the application. I got to reach out, so obviously I was approved. They researched me. They have to look at what you make, and now it's told, just look through the calendar and see which events you want to go to, and Then I have to, then they will, I guess, let me know how much the table is. But I don't want to do like I did before. Like last year, I applied for about maybe 4 events, and every last one was canceled from one event after another. They all were canceled. This morning, someone's video came on, and she prepared for all of the, and every one of her events this year were canceled. So she has no events. I did not prepare for any events, no events. I craft for mood support, but I was applying for the event because I have it here, and I would not mind having, and then I could just, add more taxes to my Social Security or whatever, you would like to work a little something. So there goes that. Now this is the one that I'm working on right now, and I'm going to put my random butterfly on there. Please tell me this is not broke. I think it's broke, and if it's broke, it's going right in the trash. I don't want nothing broken in here. Um, so I don't know. I'm kind of scared, but I don't know why I'm a daggone scaredy cat. Every freaking thing scared me. Just make me sick of myself sometimes, boys and girls. I kid you not. I get sick of myself being scared. Every daggone thing. But I do know. I I know why I don't want to go. One of the reasons why, because I don't want to faint out there and they call ambulance and then my vehicle get towed, because if you park somewhere overnight and you're not supposed to be there, they're gonna tow your vehicle. I have still $200 to pay on my tickets, and I haven't paid, not even this month, because I had to do some stuff. But I'm working really hard to make at least one payment um, coming up, so I'll be finished soon. It's not like I'm not gonna pay it. That's not me. Y'all know me better than that. It's just that I had to do my car stuff, and so I did that, and that comes first. But sometimes you have to say to yourself, if I can't do it, I just can't do it. But I have to work now on my home. I believe I ordered a spoon today for my kitchen because I don't have kitchen spoons. Now I have the eating spoon, but I mean serving spoon. I did not realize it. Oh man, boys and girls, if you understood what I left, now I see why they said I left all my junk. They must have, but if they look at the camera and see that I was just like, ow, I couldn't move my arm, I was crying. I was just no good when I was moving, but dang, all of that. Wow, whoever cleaned that apartment, what? The amount of food they had. Oh boy, my pantry was left, everything. But I can't, I'm not angry. I'm not angry. I'm thankful because you just don't know when your situation may bless someone else. Because I ended up, I was going to pass the person who cleaned my apartment, a little bonus, and I was told absolutely not. What you left in there in that pantry alone? No, are you serious? So I said, but I felt so bad, but you can't feel bad about what you just can't control. Now, boys and girls, let's not be messing around with each other like that. So I'm looking for a butterfly. I just put that one there with the little gem. And I am so happy, boys and girls. I kid you not. I love butterflies. But I don't know if y'all noticed that a long time ago, I had an abundance of butterflies that I was rushing to the Dollar Tree to find. I was anal about it. But recently, now it's not on my table here, but it's right there in front of me. If that's not my stapler, that's my punch. But not that you hold. I am so happy because on one of my shopping scrolls, whatever, I saw this butterfly punch right here. When I saw it, I said, "Oh my goodness!" Now I think it was. I know for sure it was more than four and less than five, and that's okay because punches are expensive, so it was okay. That's not the issue. The blessing was what it would mean to me after I already paid the four or the five. So this this little container comes in a little holder with like four, and it's for your kitchen spices. But I'm not putting my spices in something that doesn't seal. So it ended up being my craft thing. But let me tell you, I love the butterflies and I love all different butterflies. But this right here, now I have these little pieces of paper. I don't know if a crafter sent it to me or not, but I have the star, I have this right here, and I have this right here. So I'm gonna see if I can do three at one time. I'm not sure if I can. So I just take this, yes, and I just punch. All I do is just take random pieces of paper and I punch. All I do. Now, woo, I love it. Some of them don't come out right if I'm rushing like I was today, but look at my little butterfly. Isn't that cute? And they just come out different because I just randomly. So then I take these little butterflies and I just put them in my little container that you see, my butterflies, and that stopped me from having to buy a pack of butterflies for $1 and change. Now, what I do have to buy, because I buy the butterflies, where are you? Where? Oh, I have more butterflies, more butterflies, more butterflies, more butterflies. Oh, this one is so cute. This one is so cute. So what I do have to get is my gems to go on top of the butterflies. But that one this one little piece of blessing. So uh, this lady has a whole bunch of dyes, and she asked me recently if I was interested, and I gave her my address and stuff, and I told her, tell me how much you want for it and send it to my house and tell me, and I'll be sure to pay you because I am not one of those people that will run away. But I guess she doesn't trust me, but so sad that she doesn't because I am the one person that would definitely pay her. I had another woman that something that in my over there that I wanted. I asked her how much she wanted, and she said 100 and I think at 30 or something like that. I told her I wanted it. I said I just couldn't give her all of it at one time, so I ended up giving it all to her, and I ended up with it. But it was so unfortunate that when it came down to it, she shipped it out, but she didn't ship it with enough postage, and it came back to her address, and then she tried to get me to send it. I said I'm not sending you no postage. You asked me for it. Whatever you asked me for, I gave it all to you. So now the only thing you do is give me a refund. That's it. But she ended up having to ship it to me. And if she didn't try to okey doke me, then I would have been, generous enough to send her another blessing because what I have in that room is going where out there. But you can't try to Jimmy Jackass somebody when you're trying to hustle. No, you have to take care of that. So no, 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 no. But this box here is a whole bunch of Stampin' Up, and she wants $100 for it. I am okay giving you $100. I just don't have it all at one time. So send me the box. I said, and I sent her my address. Just send me the box, honey. You'll be real happy to send it to me. But I'm trying to figure out how to do some type of layaway. If I end up in a situation like in my town or something, and I can get something, especially since there's this little store like so close to my home, and every time I walk past it, I see it calling my name. I always wanted like a gift shop or some type of little storefront that was basically handmade, everything, and they would have to be handmade. I wanted like six tables in there where handmade people would, and it's oh my goodness, and I kid you not, I said if it's still there, as soon as the weather breaks enough to where I can stay outside longer without having a dizzy spell and fainting, I'm going to City Hall because I can put a mattress in there if I have to, boys and girls. But I really want a storefront. But I would really like to be near something that it would be near of, and it would be my dream come true because I was watching a movie, and I don't know how I ended up turning the movie on, but the woman wanted a business. And just say, well, her business was she was a bakery, so she didn't have access to the money to start up none of that stuff. But she had a best friend who had a business. Now she didn't like that best friend's business, but they ended up going to a party or whatever, and the bakery girl got upset and was like, how you take me here and this. And she said, "Come with me." And she took her to a building and she said, "This is our new building." And then she's like, "Our?" And she's like, because she wasn't going into the sex toy business. But then she said, "What goes better? What goes with sex toys or whatever?" But she didn't say it like that. She said it a little differently, like more vulgar. And then she said chocolate. Now I can't see the two together, but that's what she said. So now she paid the rent and everything else, and her friend has part of the store, and she has part of the store next door to each other, and they will complement each other because obviously when you go buy one, you're gonna come next door and buy the other. So it is what it is. I was in a Dollar Tree and I saw someone with like 8 greeting cards just sitting out, and I'm like, I wish I can get my cards in a Dollar Tree. It would be so nice, you know. But I already spoke to one of the stores, and they said anybody's cards, anybody who has Hallmark in their store cannot put another, franchise whatever in their store. But it is what it is, so I'm not worried about that. So I have to say thank you to all of you, because you are leaving me the most adorable comments. I kid you not, but I don't know what's going on with this channel. I'm not going to be doing too much talking videos. I'm going to be standing at the stove because I'm working on my algorithm. But my watched hours are getting really nice. It's just that my subscriptions, but I'm not asking you to subscribe. They want you to like, comment, subscribe, whatever the case may be, but I'm not going down Beggarville Lane. I feel like it is a repeat. I can't do that. So whatever happens, happens. But I am very happy, boys and girls. I am very happy. But I'm gonna say what I said in another video, and I actually didn't put the video up. I don't believe I did. At least 2 people asked me what they could do for me. If anyone wants to do anything for me, I have an Amazon list. I have my online store link. I have whatever. But right now, it seems as if everybody's in a situation where they need something. So I'm not trying to ask anyone for anything. I almost, honestly speaking, messaged Tina and asked her to buy me some duct tape just because I have to mail a package out. But I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I said I'm gonna just do my crafting, and that's it. You understand? Because I understand what's going on. Right now, my mind is on one thing and one thing only: getting some of these contributions of food where it needs to be. But I'm not gonna lie. I shouldn't say it, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I am gonna say it. You can't do much where you're not having something come in towards your gas, your tie, things that you have to prepare for that's coming up. Because I see a lot of people have a major issue when their vehicle breaks down. I am almost positive I can't park my vehicle here if my vehicle's not registered. I already was trying to get rid of my car, and the powers that be said, "No, you're not getting rid of that car." I know I need the car, so it is what it is. But I did take my face off the car. There's no more face on my car. Absolutely. And you may have noticed another thing about my appearance on my videos. There's no more of that either. So not now. I'm not saying forever, but for right now, I'm no. So I'm doing what I have to do, and that's it. But you are very sweet, very kind, and I'm very thankful for my videos, my comments. One thing I have to say is that I'm thankful that I can watch other people's videos and then read the comments and tell that I'm not wrong for how I feel. If a person doesn't understand that you can look into your analytics and tell how long the video was watched, it's a form of disrespect to me. I don't really know if I'm right, if I'm wrong. Someone with a YouTube channel can let me know. But it is horrible to see a comment and then your analytics show there's 0 watch time on the video. If you want to leave a comment, it is very nice to leave a comment. But it's not nice to leave a comment about the video if you didn't watch it. It makes the person who looked in the analytics very unhappy. So I'm not saying anyone did it to me. I'm just saying analytics tell how long the video was watched. That's it. That's it. Mary, I know you watched the video from beginning to end. Dang, I thought that phone was off. See how long I was in here without the phone? I know you watched the video from beginning to end. You don't have to say that in your comment. I don't want you to feel that way. So that's the next one I put on there. This paper has sparkle and stuff. I kid you not. Looking at these books, I really wish I could just find a wholesaler to drop me the whole buttload of books here to my address. I waited all year long to be able to buy these books at 50 cents a piece at Staples. I kid you not. My friend called me yesterday or this morning. I believe it was yesterday. And I was having anxiety. I said, the sale at Staples is right now and for the books, and I need to get to Staples. And she was like, what do you mean? And I said, the construction books, I got them last year, and I did my journals. And I didn't do, no, I didn't do journals last year. I did them this year. And I just needed to get to Staples because I didn't know when the sale was going to be over. But I know it sounds like, but when you're crafting and you're not really earning, you have to earn a profit to be earning. So even if I sell something and I don't make a profit, I didn't actually sell it. I actually gave it away and the person actually paid for some of the costs and the shipping. So, and I'm not angry about that. I'm just saying how bad I wanted these daggone journals the from Staples, and I got me some today. So I didn't realize how many, but I do have 10. Well, I just want to have 10 on my bed. 10 on my bed, and I have about 4 or 5 on my floor. So I'm hoping, but I do have um, one subject notebooks for 35 cents. I got those. I don't know if I'm gonna drop those off at the church, if I'm gonna do something, but I believe those are going to the church. I'm not sure. I did get some of the sharpeners, and I think I got maybe 2 boxes of crayons. So something tells me, but I don't know right now. But I'm almost that's where I believe they're going. So that's that. This is what I needed for me for my safety, but I ended up with these. I paid less than $1 for all of what I got today. So that's why I needed to get the Staples while I still had a hustling grind. You understand? So there goes that. I'm gonna say goodbye now and contemplate going to get me an icy out the freezer. Mm, Sometimes you gotta take care of yourself, boys and girls. I will be having a video coming up. I have some strawberries, some bananas, and that stuff, and I'm going to make some more ice cups. But I want to eat the 2 ice cups I have, so I can have all 5 of my cups empty to make it, because I only have 5 cups. I actually ordered more, but they're smaller, so I may end up making some of the larger ones and the small ones and see how I like it. But I have a issue, so I need the cups to stay consistent. But I do have something else coming, so you'll see me make some ice pops with that as well. I'm really enjoying the frozen fruit. I don't know how it took me this long to learn and love, but I believe it was because I had to adjust my intake of sugar. That's it. So now I don't necessarily need that abundance of sweet. So now I can enjoy, fruit like I wasn't able to before, because Lord knows I don't like blueberries and I don't like strawberries, but I'm able to, have it. So I'm going to actually go and get myself an icy and open up this window. I didn't open up the window because you would have heard that wildlife out there. I do want to open it one day, maybe about October. There's something out there, and I need to know if it's that car ID thing. Call ID. I don't know how to say it. Call ID. Quidey. Wait. I think it's that little thing with the dog looking animal or whatever, but please, when I open that window, you hear it, you need to let me know because your girl is not going out in that garage. Somebody saw that thing out there in the garage, and someone saw the deer coming across the street from the house, and someone saw the bear. Huh, I don't play. If I saw a kangaroo out there, I don't even think I would need a moving truck. I would just be the hell out of here. That's it. If I saw a kangaroo, no, not a kangaroo. No, a giraffe. A giraffe. If I saw a giraffe, I would just, I would throw on the imaginary skates and I would be going. Now, I am afraid of all animal type of things because I'm not accustomed to animals. That's just that. Now, I've been around dogs, but not enough to, I had two dogs in my life, two dogs, so I can say I've had a dog. The one dog was very sweet, never got in my furniture, none of that stuff. So somehow I guess it went somewhere, whatever. Somebody had to take it, but the other one would never use the bathroom outside. Would only use the bathroom inside, and my nerves couldn't take that. And then on top of that, if I would put food down, he would try to eat the food, but he always ate out the litter box. So I'm not that pet owner, so I couldn't take that out, and I couldn't do it. But I would really like a dog now, but I really don't think I could unless I knew that I could make it outside to do the walking and all of the stuff because I really would like a little doggy. I really do. And I believe I'm ready for it. I have enough understanding to know to take care of it, and stuff like that. But whatever's out there, y'all be telling me soon. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. And if you like this video, I need you to subscribe. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.